Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'll show you how I make this top. These are materials which I'll be using to create my top. I'm using this stretchy fabric and I'll be creating a pattern from my t-shirt. First I will trace the back pattern. I have folded my fabric in half. Next I'm folding my t-shirt in half as well, evenly, like that, and now I will trace my back pattern. I'm adding 3 centimeters for the hem. This t-shirt is a bit loose on me, so I'm not adding any seam allowance for the pattern. Now I'm cutting short sleeves for my new top pattern. I have cut my back pattern for my top. Next I will cut the front pattern for my top. I'm tracing my back pattern out of this fabric to create my front pattern. I'm lowering the neckline on my front pattern approximately by 3 centimeters. And my both pattern pieces for my top are finished. Next I'm turning my both pattern pieces so the right sides are inside. And I'm pinning both shoulder seams. Next, I'm pinning side seams. And I'll be sewing there, and on other side seam, and on shoulder seam, and on other shoulder seam there. I'm using my overlocking machine to sew the seams together, and I'm using 2mm long stitch. This is how it looks after I sewed first shoulder seam. Now I'll sew the second shoulder seam together. Next I will sew 2 side seams. Next, I'm changing the stitching length to 4mm. Next, I'm overlocking neckline edge all around. This is how it looks after I overlocked the edge all around the neckline. Next, I'm overlocking the hemline edge. Next, I'm overlocking both sleeve edges. Next, I will sew a top stitch on a neckline. I'm folding neckline seam to the left side, approximately 5mm. Pinning that seam down. And I will be sewing a top stitch all around the neckline, and I'll be repeating the same on both sleeves. And I will be sewing a top stitch on a hemline too. I'm folding my hemline seam to the left side, approximately 1 centimeter. Pinning that seam down. And I'll be sewing all around the hemline. First, I'm sewing a top stitch on a neckline. Next, I'm sewing a top stitch on both sleeves. Next, I'm sewing a top stitch on the hemline. Last thing what I need to do is sew my label on. I'm folding the neckline in half, the back, pinning the back center, and I'm sewing my label on. And my top is finished now. If you have any questions how I made this top, please do comment down below in the comment box. I also made this top using same pattern and sewing technique. On my next video I'll show you how I make this matching scrunchie. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and I'll see you next time.